Hey guys, so this is what the microphone sounds like on the Soundcore Liberty 2 Pros. I just wanted to give you guys a quick sample in the beginning of this video before I start the review. So that's pretty much what you can expect from the microphone on these Soundcore Liberty 2 Pros.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel, Z here, and in this video today we're going to be taking a look at the Soundcore Anker Liberty 2 Pros. These are a pair of wireless earphones that were sent out to me by Anker themselves, so shout out to them, and links for this product will be in the description below. I will put some Amazon links down below. So anyway, let's start with a review. So first off, let's talk about the sound that you can expect with these earphones. I'm going to get straight to the point. I'm going to try to at least. So for the sound, you can expect nice and deep sub bass and bass. So if you like to listen to a lot of music with a lot of lows, you can expect some very deep and very immersive sub bass and bass. You're really going to hear these reverberate in your ear from the sub bass. Now, if I didn't mention, these are a pair of dual driver earphones. You have a one dynamic driver as well as one BA driver. These are slightly sibilant, so you'll have that emphasis on the S's. You'll notice that if you pay close attention to music that have a lot of highs in them. But this can be expected again because they do have that BA, that balanced armature driver. Now for the mids and highs, very clear, very clean sound, very immersive as well. The mids are perfectly balanced. You're not going to get that airplane sound effect, nor will you get that distorted sound if the mids are too low. And for the highs, again, that's very clean highs. It's not over pronounced, so that you get that extremely over sibilant sounding sound. If you guys know what I'm talking about, that's that emphasis on the S's. You'll notice it with these earphones, but it's not going to be over pronounced, or there won't be too much of that with these earphones. Again, this can be expected because you have that BA driver. So overall, you get that V-shaped sound signature with these earphones. Now let's move on to the design and the fit. So taking first a look at the case, you have this oval design. It's a matte finish. It has that silky smooth finish. If you have ever felt those pens with the soft matte finish on them, that's exactly what this case finish feels like. So sliding the case open, it uses this interesting, very addictive sliding mechanism, and I believe it works off magnets, so it does get very addicting sliding it open and closed. If you guys purchase a pair of these earphones, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. It's a very sleek, solid, and premium feeling case. So if you slide open the case, you will reveal these two earphones, but before we get to the earphones, I just want to show you guys the rest of the case. So in the back of the case, you have the USB Type-C charging port, which is nice and modern, and then you have the button as well. So if you push on that button, you'll see you have the 3 LED indicator lights, and this will indicate how much battery power you have left remaining on the case. So you get a total of 8 hours of battery with the earphones, and with the case, it charges up to 32 hours. So you'll get an extra 32 hours of juice altogether with these, with the case charging up the earphones. So you finish up 8 hours, put the earphones in the case, charge them up, you get another 8 hours, and you finish that up, put the earphones in the case, you get another 8 hours. So altogether, that's 8, 16, 32. You get a total of 32 hours as indicated on the box. The case feels very nice and premium in the hand. Definitely, you feel like you get what you paid for. As well as the earphones too, they are quite heavy and premium feeling in the hands. They have a very sturdy and solid feel to them. So sliding open the case again, it will reveal 2 earphones with right and left indicator markings on them, as well as buttons, or rather 1 button on each earphone. So each button does serve multiple functions depending on how many times you click it. And if I did not mention this before, the earphone case does support wireless charging, which is really neat. Now for the fit, these did fit in my ears quite nicely, as well as they did stay in my ears. I did go for a jog the other day and I did not have to adjust them at all, which is really nice. They do have these ear loops that they come with, which you have the option of switching them up depending on your ear size. So for me personally, I use the largest size, and they do provide that very stable fit that you require in order to go for a jog and just overall move around without having to worry about them falling out of your ears. So I've used these for jogs, I've used these for workouts, and they've stayed in my ears very nicely. As well as they did provide relatively good noise isolation. Not the best, but pretty decent noise isolation. Again, that's noise isolation, not noise cancellation. Noise cancellation with these small earphones, I never really notice a difference. That's just me though. And for those that don't know the difference between noise cancellation and noise isolation cancellation cancels out the noise by emitting a sound opposite the sound that it's coming into the microphones, so it kind of cancels out the sound, whereas noise isolation just provides that seal in your ears by using the actual earphone to seal your ears. So that is the difference for those that did not know. Now on the earphones themselves, they really designed these quite nicely with the branding on the faceplate, as well as that cool looking logo. I'm not sure if that's the Anker logo or that's the Soundcore logo, but that looks pretty sick. On the underside, you have the 3 gold-plated pins, which act as the charging ports on these earphones. And as you can see, you do have the dual microphones on each earphone as well for assisting in better, clear microphone sound. Now, I've used these for my calls, and most of the people that I've spoken to with these earphones have pretty much said that the sound is amazing. They weren't able to tell the difference if I was speaking to them with the microphone on my iPhone as opposed to the microphone on the Soundcore Liberty 2 Pros, with exception to my sister, who was complaining that the microphone on the Liberty 2 Pros was a little bit too sharp for her ears, but she does have very sensitive hearing, so it could just be that. Anyway, here's the microphone on the Soundcore Liberty 2 Pros again.
Hey guys, this is what the microphone sounds like on the Soundcore Liberty 2 Pros, and I'm using the voice memo app on my iPhone XR to record this audio with the earphones themselves. Again, this is the microphones from the Soundcore Liberty 2 Pros. This is what it sounds like.
So that was the microphone. Now moving on to the video and audio playback. So using these earphones with Netflix, YouTube, and all other video apps, you're not going to see any delay with the video and audio. Everything is on point, unless of course you are using a very old Bluetooth device. When it comes to the audio, it does get very high, but unfortunately it doesn't get very, very low for that dozing experience, if you guys know what I mean. If you're trying to fall asleep and you're trying to turn the volume down very, very low, you're not going to get it to that very low dozing experience where you barely hear the audio and you kind of doze off. That's not going to happen with these earphones. So I've been using these earphones for about a week now, and in that week I did not experience any delays or any interruptions with my sound. Everything was smooth, everything felt premium, and just overall a great experience with these earphones. So pretty much the only con that I can think of with these earphones is their price tag of $150 US. So that is quite the price. So if you don't have that kind of budget, then these will be off the menu for you. For that price though, you are getting a pair of true wireless earphones with incredible immersive sound, as well as the latest features and just overall premium components. Well guys, that's pretty much it for this review. Hopefully you found this video review helpful. If you did, please do leave a like. And if you want to see more content like this in the future, please hit that subscribe button. Also, if you feel like I missed out on anything in this video review, if you feel like I didn't speak about something that you wanted me to elaborate more on, let me know in the comments section below. It does help me out to sort of know what I'm missing out or what I should actually focus more on. But anyway, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. So taking you guys through the Soundcore app, if you download it in the iOS App Store, or if you download it in the Google Play Store, you can see that these earphones are fully customizable. So if you go into Equalizer, you can go ahead and set a personalized profile, which uses a sound ID, and essentially what it does is it takes you through the customization options. Basically, you put the earphones on and then you start kind of calibrating them according to your ears, depending on which frequencies you can hear. It gets a little bit in depth, and it takes about 2 to 4 minutes to set up. Or what you can do is you can just go into customize and then set a customized type of listening profile depending on what you like to hear more. So if you like a lot of bass, then you would essentially put up the lows. If you like a lot of mids, you put up the mids, and the same thing with the highs as well. So let's go back for a second. It might ask you to update the firmware, which takes about 3 to 4 minutes on the earphones. So you do have to go through that. which is kind of cool actually if you ask me. I've never really updated firmware on a pair of earphones before. You can go into the professional sound profiles, and I'm not really familiar with all these Grammy-winning producers, but if you go into them, you can switch to their profile. So for example, Craig Alvin, you click on it and it sets it to that profile, etc. If you go back, you go into the default Soundcore signature, which I pretty much use. I don't really like to mess around so much. I like to use earphones as they are intended, unless of course the highs are too high or the lows are just too low, but these earphones actually sound really good. I'm very happy with the default equalizer on them. So that's hearing ID. Let's go over to home a second. Get the right and left earphone. If you click on that, you can see the battery levels of each one, right and left. If you go into controller, you can essentially change that one button to whatever you want it to be. So it's pretty much fully customizable, which is pretty neat. So if you wanted to do a voice assistant, if you wanted to do, pretty much you can choose whatever you want it to do. You can do a long set where you hold the button for like 1 second or 2 seconds or whatever. I don't know if you can actually customize the time on there. It only looks like you can do the hold 1 second. You can pretty much only play around with what you have there. So for example, a voice assistant one, it has the predetermined timings there. So you would just play around with what you wanted to do if you hold the button for 1 second. But I'm not going to really play around with that. I don't really use the buttons on earphones too much. But voice assistant is pretty cool to have. So that's definitely a bonus. Anyway, that was some extra bonus footage for this. But yeah, great pair of earphones. I'm really happy with them, and I will be using these as my main pair of earphones, in-ear earphones that is, since I do love the freedom of wireless. So yeah, thumbs up, totally.